Welcome back to the show, kids. You are tuned in to Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear. Tom Carr back here with you as always, joined by Big Tasty, Joe Higgins, and Jay Luft. And we were possibly bitching a little bit about pro wrestling before we came on. Not too much. We were praising it more than anything, depending on what the it is, but we don't have to get into that here today. Kids, we are on to episode 8 of season 2 here today, folks. It's going to be a good one. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I had forgotten a lot of it, as I tend to do when we review these shows. They're kind of gone because I've only watched, as we've said before, at least for me, I've only watched season 1 and 2 through one time. So as we go, I'm getting refreshed. But we hope you enjoy this episode, kids. Again, I did. I think it's a really, really good one. Joe, we never start with you because we always go around the horn. So let's start with you this time, buddy. You're on the block here. What did you think about this coming in?
This is your classic Bear episode it's the in-between episode. After 2 big ones with fishes and forks, you need just a little bit of breathing room. Just a little bit of, okay, what's going to happen now? And this is one of those ones where stuff happens in it and it's good, but it sets everything up for your final. We got 2 left?
2 left.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So this is like your ready, steady, and then we're off out the blocks. It's still a good one. We get a lot of character, but we get a lot of Carmi and Claire, which is nice because I forgot they even happened.
It's a good one. A lot of them here, like you said. Tasty, what do you think going into this? To Joe's point about Carmen and Claire, especially. Good stuff here.
Yeah, it definitely, as Joe said, it definitely feels like a bit not so much a breather episode as much as we get a breather episode in the show. We always say, don't we, like the Bear sort of works the best when it's like two characters having a one-on-one conversation, and that's basically what this entire episode is, just a series of one-on-one conversations.
Fair, yeah. Jay, not any screaming this episode, and the chaos has died down. It's good for all of our nerves. So what did you think as you saw this one? Did it hit you as you got into it? Oh, I get to relax in this one.
Well, I wouldn't say relax because like that last scene's extremely tense. But I feel like it was very it progressed everyone just to where it needed to. Like as Joe said, it's setting up for those last 2 episodes, which are probably going to be massive episodes, and I'm probably going to have a mental breakdown watching the pair of them.
But to that, Jay, like, so the first season of The Bear, it's very what I would call like loud tense, where it's tense because people are screaming at each other.
Yeah,
this is very like quiet tense.
This felt like, I mean, that not to go too much into it just yet, but that last scene literally felt like they'd set the stakes up perfectly, where it was like, if this goes wrong, this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So it was literally on like a knife edge, and whether it go like the way they like framed it and the way they portrayed it in real time was phenomenal. I was literally thought I was going to be sick watching that scene.
It was if you would indulge me to put my film buff hat on, it was very Hitchcockian the way it sort of
yes it was
sort of built the tension, which I quite enjoyed. It's very if you watch like something like Rear Window or something like that, it was very very much along those lines.
I will say that when it was panning down everyone, and we were getting the little flashbacks and everything, when it got to Fack, it should have just been like a cymbal clanging monkey. Like,
I wanted to be something really funny. Yeah,
just him in a paddling pool eating a hot dog.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a sandwich or something. You know,
oh man,
I love the fact that with Fack it was just the balloon popping over and over again. That was just the most Fack thing ever. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I think all the stuff with Richie in particular was just brilliant. He absolutely stole the show in this episode.
Richie's arrived now, hasn't he? He's here.
He knows his true purpose.
Like Daddy's home.
Yeah. He wears suits now.
Yeah, right. I mean, to the point you guys made, like if we're comparing the chaos to a slasher film, this is absolutely a Hitchcock film. This is more suspense than slasher movie. So yeah, I'll take that. Well, kids, let's dive into this one. Episode 8, as we said before, and as the guys point out, 8, 9, 10, we're done, and then the season 2 review. This one's called Bolognese. And again, of course, as we said, it is season 8, 10 episodes in season 2. All episodes drop June 22nd, 2023. This one directed by Christopher Storer and written by Renee Gubay, I believe. And let's take a look back at where we were. Phenomenal episode last time, kids. If you missed that one for whatever reason, stop this, pause it or something, and go back and watch that one. Then catch back up to us on this one, because the last one, as we said, is great.
Possibly one of the best episodes ever.
That's right. Yeah. And do it now or earmuffs because we're about to ruin it for you. Okay. Richie is sent to stage at Ever, an elite fine dining restaurant in Chicago run by Chef Terry. At first, Richie resists the structure and precision of the environment, bristling at the polish and ritual of service. He's assigned to polish forks and observe, but over the course of the week, he begins to understand the deeper purpose behind the restaurant's obsessive attention to detail. Service is about making people feel seen. Through conversations with the staff, including learning about customized, deeply researched guest experiences, Richie slowly shifts his perspective. After witnessing Chef Terry's quiet leadership and the intentionality behind every moment of service, Richie embraces the philosophy. By the end of the episode, Richie has a new outlook and is hopefully ready to bring that mindset back to the chaos that is the beef / the bear. In this episode, kids, we open on a quiet room. Sid walks in and she's running her hand across a nice table. We figure out that this is indeed the new restaurant. This is the bear, the new place. We go to Carmi's apartment and Claire is there. They're talking about the NICET exam, level 2. It's boss level. It's a fire suppression exam. He stares at her and says he's sorry. And she tells him never to apologize. He says, this is nice, but, and she cuts him off saying he's waiting for the other shoe to drop. He agrees, and she tells him that no one's keeping track of shoes. I love that line.
I'm a big fan of never apologize for anything. That's how I sort of live my life.
Which can be good and bad, right? If we're being honest.
I like this as well because you know that they've slept together because Claire is just walking around in her pants and a shirt. A surefire way to know that they've slept together.
Sure.
Shorthand.
Or she spilt sauce on her pants and he washed them for her. Come on now. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. So coming back to this, Tacey, it may have been you, I can't remember, that mentioned about how his guard was up and him having a normal life. Like, this is a major step in the right direction. This shows that they're growing closer and he's actually letting her in for a change. This is good stuff here, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is them sort of saying to each other, like, yeah, we are. It's almost like they've been saying to each other, yeah, okay, we understand where each other is in their life. Like, we understand, like, because Claire's like accepting that Carmi's gonna come home with all this mad bullshit that she doesn't care about, like fire suppression tests, but it's important to him, and so she wants to understand it. And she's got a lot going on as well. Like, you know, she's not got like this job where nothing's important and she doesn't have to think about stuff. She's got her mental load must be through the roof, but she's like putting a lot of effort in here to like sort of just to sort of understand what's going on in his life, which I think is really sweet. I want to throw it back to we talked about it on the last episode. What does Garrett say? What's the comparison he makes between running a high-end restaurant and looking after somebody in an emergency room?
Hospitality.
It's hospitality.
Yes.
It's the same word. It's like I mean, this is. I don't know if this is considered subtlety because it seems to be like they're hitting us over the head with this, like with neon signs. But they're really painting the parallels and they're really drawing like the sort of these people both. It's like they've known each other their whole lives, but they've finally both come to this level at the same time. They're at the same point in their journey now where they can live with each other, where they can understand where each other is. They've got that like sort of life experience now where they're able to do that, which I think is really quite nice. And I think because it's not really said, but you get the feeling with the way Carmi's been acting that there's been a lot of times when he's maybe had relationships or he's wanted to have a relationship, but he's just not been able to sort of square the circle with his job or his lifestyle or something else. And so he's got this fear that like he's gonna. It's not like anything she's gonna do. I don't think it's like he's got this fear that he's gonna not be able to put himself first.
Haven't they said that it's he can't turn his brain off from that way of thinking? And I assume Claire's very similar because of her job. It's long hours and you see horrific things, so it's always going to be there. But like you said, they've both matured to that point where you can talk about it to the other person and they'll be interested.
And they've come to understand that an adult relationship is about finding time for each other when you can. It's not about ruining your life for somebody else. It's about, you know, working with and around somebody else's life and not like dominating it.
I think actually in like the closing scene with it actually kind of shows that she's actually got a handle on the work-life balance, whereas he's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I think she's definitely a bit further along than he is, but maybe she can drag him into that light.
Just because it shows her like working and then knowing, all right, now I'm done.
She walks out, leaving. She's smiling, waving at the receptionist. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah,
yeah. Whereas Carmi's
then it immediately cuts to Carmi leaving the bear. Like he leaves the building, and hanging around there forever, and just fiddling with stuff.
And like,
it's interesting.
Look after himself.
It's interesting as well. In these scenes, you always see in the background like nice ingredients or cooking books or chef books. You never see any of Claire's medical books or anything like that. Or you never see her like stressing over anything. Like you say, Jay, you never see her stressing over stuff at home. It's like it does get the feeling that Carmi's still maybe not quite there. He's like sort of just that rung below on the ladder, and maybe she can like.
Carmi's lived it for so long, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like to compartmentalize that and put it away. Yeah, it's a big ask for him.
And like I'm not in the medical field, but I imagine it's different too, because as a creative person, I'm sure you guys probably have this at times too. It's really hard for me to get away from the computer because I just love creating things. It's whether it's writing or doing a video, whatever it is. Like, so for him, he's a very creative person. It's just in the kitchen. So for him to turn that off, like he gets home from a service, oh, I should have done this. Next week I can do this. What if I try this? What if I season it with this? Whereas with her, even if it's a rough night where someone unfortunately passes, it's one day, tomorrow's another day. You just go to the next day.
The cycle starts again.
Right.
Well, as we find out, he hasn't turned his brain off because he's been drawing those pictures. He's been redoing the entire menu in secret.
With shading.
With shading.
And fish with little eyes that I saw as well.
I don't need my food staring at me on the plate, dude. I just can't.
Fish anyway. But yeah, so it's that thing of I think as a doctor or whatever you are trained to, like, that's your job. That's it. When you're done, bam, go home. Whereas every chef I've ever worked with is a raging alcoholic, like, because you can't. It's unsociable hours. It's long hours.
Yeah,
and you're working when everyone else is having fun, and it wears you down over time. And that's just like, regular chefing, not high end micro basil tweezers, that kind of stuff. So that's even more stress on top of that as well. It's a difficult thing to switch off.
I do
especially
like
with the bear being as it is as well.
Yeah, I do like Richie being compared to the stove here, which is a nice touch. The fire suppression system's above Richie, and Carm just without smiling goes yes. So fact would be holding it, and Richie spontaneously combusts, and there's fire everywhere. Suppression system shuts off the gas line. It would spray him. It would spray him with a sodium potassium bicarbonate solution, and then we put this balloon on the line. And if the balloon fills up, she goes, "If it leaks, you fail." And he says, "If it leaks, we fail." And if it doesn't, she goes, "You've achieved level 2. Wow, you've done it." And she's not like teasing him, but maybe a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
It's that comfortable banter you can have with someone.
Yeah.
I hate using the word banter, but it's that thing that you do when you're going out. Like,
it's more like she's trying to. It feels like she's trying to make light of it just because he's clearly very stressed out about it.
Yeah, make a little joke, relax him.
Make a joke out of the issue, and then it's going to relax him a little bit more, and he's going to be less calmy about it.
How often did you get to talk about sodium, potassium solutions to people? Like, you've got to keep it light, he says. But yeah,
probably about as often as you hope a balloon doesn't blow up. Anything else you're thinking? And he says, "I'm thinking you're very, very beautiful." I'm like, there you go. Shift that conversation. You know what I mean? Don't lose her now. Come on.
It's a classic maneuver. Panic and just say they look pretty.
That's right. We hear "Lay My Love" by Brian Eno and John Cale playing as we get a quick montage of Chicago, some overhead shots, the train, a playground, some buildings. And we finally see Ebraheim again. Lo and behold, he walks up to Tina at the go-to window of the restaurant. This is a really good scene here, man. Like, she doesn't give him crap. She could have.
Well, she kind of does, but in a...
Yeah.
You screwed up, but I love you, so... You're getting this, and then we're fine.
She does it in a way, because he kind of... They do it in a very vague sort of way, don't they, with the way they're talking. So he's like, saying, "Oh, yeah, this used to be a different restaurant." And, like, she basically, like, says he's like an little old bitch.
Well, the first thing
badass motherfuckers there to look after him.
The first thing she says is, "We're not open yet, ma'am." Like,
yeah.
Immediately just disarms him.
Yeah.
And it's because they've worked together forever as well. And You could tell she was disappointed that he never followed through. But in this little section, you find out that he was scared. He didn't want things to change. He was like Richie, didn't want things to change.
Yeah.
But
He says
he's got no place else to go.
He says, this drive-through now? She says, yeah, well, they wanted to sell OG through here, but they're having a really hard time hiring. He says, too many changes. She goes, no, too many hustlers. They all want to be top Jeff. But what they're really looking for is a stubborn, childish, immature pain in the ass with arthritis to run this thing during the day. He says, I might know a guy. She says, send me his info. All right, so look, we're all going to just let this go because it's a show and we enjoy it. But a to-go window in a restaurant like this, who's going to take this question? Who thinks this makes sense?
It's just for the sandwiches.
Yeah.
They're still doing the sandwiches, and then out
it's
the
like
front.
I think it's specifically like a lunchtime thing, isn't it? That they're going to do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's just money on the table. You're leaving there.
Yeah, they need to make money quickly. It makes. I mean, the sandwiches they can literally like knock them out as quick as they want. Like they can
just
literally
get your meat, and then when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
Think they'd be at the same price point they were before? Or you think they'll have to raise the price?
I mean, I'm not going to cost the menu out for them, but
right, yeah.
I think I can put $1 or $2 on there. You know.
Yeah.
It's an institution. People will go. I mean, them sandwiches look pretty fit.
They do. Yeah.
I mean, they're making the bread in the steam oven now, aren't they? With that steam. So
that's right.
That cooking montage when they get the spoilers, when they get the gas back on, like when they pull that focaccia out of the oven, I'm like, oh mate.
God.
So good.
I want Marcus to touch me like he touched that focaccia. I want him to massage my ruined shoulders in the same way.
It's good to see Ibra back here. In that one conversation, he sums up everything we've been speculating about for a few episodes now. He's just resisting change, but not in the way that Richie has. It's a bit more nuanced than that, but it's also similar at the same time. It's not Richie initially pushed back because it was him doing it, but Ibra had other reasons.
Again, it was quiet versus loud. Like Richie, they were both afraid. Richie's response was to scream at it, whereas Ibrahim's response was to sort of recoil from it and to sort of shrink away.
Yeah.
Ibra's like, well, I'm going back home. Yeah, I get it. I've seen it both myself and on the job for sure. Sid and Carmi looking back at the project board, which covers the entire wall from end to end at this point. And Sid is talking about offenses and defenses. She's read that Coach K book cover to cover, and she's completely bought in. You can tell Carmi knows where this is coming from, and he's impressed to an extent, I believe. And she sounds a lot more rational now, not as sporadic, not as bothered. She's bought into the system. Funny how the word systems come back around in season 2. I caught that. Sid says that the best offenses have the ability to reset and adapt on a dime. And he says, book? She says, book. Yeah. And he goes, we can do that. And she goes, we have to do that. I'm like, go get him. That's really good.
2 weeks out.
Yeah. Richie comes in wearing that black suit. And he looks great. He says, okay, let me say one thing before you start laughing at me. Carm says, I don't hear anybody laughing. I get it.
And that's all he needs to say.
That's it. Like, what Richie thinks Carmi's opinion of him is bad. But just give Carmi a chance. Like, of the two, Carmi's way more level-headed than Richie will ever be. You know what I mean?
But I think it's at the end of the last episode where Chef Terry was like, no, Carmi believes in you.
Yeah, that did. Yeah, that helped.
Enough. But also, he's coming in a suit. And, like, I think, is it Tina later on says, have you just come from a funeral? Like, you've never seen Richie in a suit unless he's in court or a funeral, have you? Like,
his response to that is like, yeah, of my enemies.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yes.
I do like the fact throughout this episode, though, everyone kind of sees, like, the new Richie and they're all kind of, like, taken aback for different reasons. Like, and even when people try and give him shit, he doesn't react like Richie would. He reacts completely... Yeah, he's, like, so, like, mature about it, and it's like, oh, shit, okay, like
the change in mentality. Like, the restaurant's not even open, and he's dressed for this.
But he's literally, he's got this sense of purpose. He wants to be professional. He wants to. It goes back to Fisher's where he's like, look, if you give me a chance, I'll hit out the park. Well, now they give him the chance, and
well, this is all. This all comes in the next scene with Natalie.
Yeah.
The only thing Richie says is, "I get it." And Carmi just nods and says, 11 Madison, dickhead. That's all he says. And then they give the infamous quote, I've got so much of Blues Brothers in my head.
Yeah.
106 miles to Chicago, full tank of gas, half-pack cigarettes. It's dark, we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
One of the greatest film quotes of all time.
One of the greatest films of all time.
One of the
Where
greatest
else
films
do
of
you
all
get to see
time.
people run Nazis off a bridge?
Wow, this mall has everything. Just very subtle. You know what I mean? So good.
Chicken wire?
Yeah. And oh my God, I gotta stop.
No, it's there's loads of, like I said, when we used to gig and stuff, and it'd be like, what kind of music do you usually have here? Oh, we got both kinds, country and western.
Yeah. Are you the good old boys? Yep, we're the good old boys.
Not watch that. I'm gonna have to watch that later.
Right? I might do it on 6M. Shameless plug, 6M podcast. This is a great scene, kids. If you can't feel this between Richie and Carmi, you've not been paying attention and you're not emotionally invested in these characters. If you found you weren't emotionally invested, I advise you to go back and rewatch. Because guys, I felt this and they barely said a word to each other.
Well, that's the thing.
This was huge because you finally see them like expressing their respect for each other, which is something they've kind of been trying to do for like a season and a half's worth of episodes.
Yeah. Well, I think
they've,
as well, like
they've been so, because like so much of the show is about like not having the sort of wherewithal to reach out and to communicate and to not express your feelings and to be too emotionally stunted to like make connections, and this is them two finally doing it. You know what I mean? They're finally communicating. They're finally like getting on the same page, which is it was like you say, Tom. It's the what isn't said. It's the atmosphere that hangs around the scene, isn't it? That tells the story.
Yeah, I think like the thing as well, which is like so symbolic, is that the whole episode is Richie kind of when he does see people who he's worked with previously, he's swallowing his pride and realizing I was a dickhead. Now I'm not. Now I'm a team player. Now I'm here to kind of like help raise everybody with me.
And it's really telling as well that whenever Richie encounters somebody for the first time in this episode in his new persona, his immediate reaction is defensive because he thinks they're going to take the piss out of him.
Yes.
And everyone's just like, no man, you look really cool.
You look sharp. Yeah.
You know, the worst thing,
except actually with Sid, which really surprised me.
Yeah.
Where she's like really taken aback, and then he at this point, because he's kind of like got like the ones that he thought were going to be the harder ones, which is obviously like Natalie and Carmi. By the time he gets to Sid, he's fully like he's in the zone. He's focused. He's not even thinking about it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst thing about being defensive all the time is you find out you never had to be. There was no reason to ever be defensive. People were not coming at you like that. You thought they were because like your guard is up and you're defensive against them. But like, as he found out here, no one. What are you wearing? Like no one ripped him. No one. No one came at him.
Because I like it.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Those
Exactly.
feeling.
Yeah.
Well, when he's talking to Natalie, and she says, he says, doesn't he say, "I wear the suit because it makes me feel comfortable.
Makes me feel good.
Makes me feel good. Makes me feel confident." It's like it's a suit of armor from last episode.
Yeah. Sugar staring at the balloon. This is a scene you guys just mentioned on the gas line. Fack and Sweeps are talking about how the gas won't turn off. Sid goes to open the cooler, and the handle breaks off.
Way.
That may come back.
I mean,
later.
I'm not saying that's Chekhov's fridge handle, but you know.
I'm saying.
Like Carmi said, get the expensive one.
Hey, I supported him. I supported that. She yells at Fack, who says Carm was going to handle it. He's got to get the gas line handled first, chef. She sees Marcus and gives him crap about clocking in and not saying hi. Is that a Dutch thing? But she tries something he's made, and she is visibly not like knocked out by it. Evidently, it's great. Carmi walks in with a bag of dextrose, and they're talking. And he says, "What's up? Are we good?" And Sid says, "Not really. Fridge is still broken as fuck." And Carmi says, "Fuck, all right, shit, I'm sorry. I just had this gnarly panic attack last night." Have we ever heard Carmi say the word, "Sorry, I had a panic attack last night"? Look how far he's come here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he would have kept that stuff to himself before.
The Carmi of episode 1, season 1 would never say that.
Never.
anybody, let
Yeah.
alone like someone who he needs to trust him.
Yes, because he thinks it's a sign of weakness. Also, like as a team leader, you know. So I was telling Claire about it this time at Christmas. My mom drove her car through the house. Marcus says, "Wait a minute, who's Claire?" Carm said, "She's a girl that's a friend." So it says, "Oh," said it's his girlfriend. They look at each other. It's a girl that's a friend.
This is where we come to realize that Fisher's was actually Carmi telling Claire their story.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a
That's why we get this flashback.
Yeah. Which is it's very subtly done.
Yeah.
Because at the time I was like, why are we watching something from, 5 years ago? But it explains why he hates cannoli.
Yeah.
It's true.
Which
Marcus
I cannot get behind.
Well, me neither. As they're going back and forth about whether or not she's a girlfriend, Marcus says, "Okay, next, your mom drove her car through the house." Then he tells a story about Christmas, and he says, "I was talking to Claire last night, and I kind of had this realization that maybe I could take them back. Them meaning the cannolis, make them my own." And Marcus says, "That's healthy." Carmi says, "Thank you. Yes, I've been thinking about cannolis, and more specifically, savory ones." Sid says, like with mortadella mousse, I love when one of them says something, the other one is right there. Two brains, same brain, right?
Well, and Marcus is like, yeah, with Gruyere, like shells. And I'm like, no, that sounds awful. Don't mess with them.
No Parmesan shells? I think that sounds good. And Carmi says, dipped in pistachio. Now they're losing me. I don't know where you're going to go with dipped in pistachio. That's interesting. I like pistachio, but Parmesan, I don't know. We'll see. Carmen and Sid together say that's something, and Marcus says on it. So he's going to go make it. He's going to go make it right now. Like, that's so good. So good.
I also love the fact that Marcus has just got a picture of a dog. I don't know whose dog it is, but I was obsessed with whose is that dog? Marcus hasn't got a dog.
That we know of. We hear the buzzer buzz, and Sid says, "Oh crap, those are the new hires. Are you ready?" Carmi says, "Nope." She goes, "Great, me neither." 10 of the new hires are here. Carmi tastes what Marcus has made, and he is also knocked out. And all he does is say, "Marcus," and he goes, "For real." Marcus just smiles and points back at him. Sid, Carmi, and Tina are all walking together, and Sydney says, "Okay, it's Daniela, Josh, and Connor." Carmi says, "How green?" She says, "Emerald."
Emerald green.
Tina says, where do you want me to start them on? Carmi says, drill through that produce, and then Sid finishes the sentence, and stock low, boys. Go get your squad, T.
Synergy. They're working together.
Yes. She goes outside, and for the first time, we see the big white sheet that reads, "Wall fell, this place sucks," as she's walking by.
And then it goes all Full Metal Jacket for about 30 seconds.
Yes.
I love this, the way Tina's just like composing herself before she goes through.
Don't eyeball me, Gandhi. Yeah.
I had two things going to Texas. Etc. One thing I think we missed, I wanted to just bring up. There's a really nice moment with Richie and Sydney when they're having a chat. Again, this episode.
That's coming up.
It's
is that coming up? Is that?
It's nearer to the end.
Have I gotten? Oh, it's. Yeah,
we've all done it. Trust me.
We'll get there.
Yeah, because it's Richie and Sugar first, then it's then it's Richie and Tina have the nice little scene. Then Richie and Sydney, and then Richie and Fak.
Have we done Richie and Tina and Sugar yet? Have we got
Not
that
properly.
yet?
No, not yet.
We've touched on it.
Yeah.
That is next, I believe.
Yeah. We hear Stop Your Sobbing by the Pretenders as Tina goes outside, sizes up the three employees. I love how all three employees are lined up like soldiers, and they're playing along with it. Do you know what I mean?
And Tina's just like having the time of their life here as well.
Yeah.
She's
like her and Sydney now. Like, go get them, Tina.
She's just really thriving in this new environment. Like, and she's not the person. If you go back to the first season, she's not the person you'd expect to have gone on this journey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I think what's interesting about this is in the first season where you meet Tina, she's a hard ass, but in the sense where she just doesn't like her job. She's there just because it's a job. Whereas now when she kind of like goes out and addresses them, it's almost like it's more like she's a commanding presence as opposed to I'm just someone who's unhappy about being here. Like I'm commanding your respect because I'm going to lead you through what we're going to do this afternoon, sort of thing.
And they trust her, right? Like, and she knows they trust her, and that
Yeah.
makes her step up. Like you put trust in someone to say, go take care of that. I had plenty of assistants in my time, and say, look, I can't get to that. I'm trusting you. Go take care of it, and then see if they can step up or not. You know what I mean? And I think she relishes that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Tina really relishes that here. So that's pretty cool. She said she really scrutinized them, and she finally says, "Let's go, freshmen." They say yes, chef, and follow her in. We get a montage of Marcus and Ibra both working separately as Sugar is on the phone trying to get the fire suppression test set up. Richie comes in and
I know you can't tell me, but if I was to say, is it between 1 and 3?
Yeah. Yeah, Richie comes in, comments on the suit, and he says, I wear suits now. May I sit? May I sit, Richie says. If that doesn't tell you something's changed. And he says, I want to apologize. She says, for? And he says, everything, I guess. She goes, oh, okay, hold on. Can the closest person outside my office come in here, please? Sweeps comes in and says, what's up? He goes, Gary Reach would like to apologize to me, and I'd like a witness. He goes, hell yeah. So he sits down. She says, go ahead.
If this was the old Richie, he'd have just gone mental. Like,
he would have left the room.
And that's
probably.
why I think that's like, it's a wind up, this.
Well, I think that's the thing. Like he's as I said, he's genuinely like swallowing his pride. He's kind of like he's making amends for how he was to kind of be able to show everyone this is who I am going forward.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think Sugar thinks it's like just all for show.
Yeah.
Which is why she's being a bit of a knobhead about it. And then because you see when he's actually like speaking, she kind of realizes, oh God, he's so sincere here, and I'm being such a fucking arsehole.
And plus, from her perspective, she's kind of been living with the Three Stooges for 20 years. Like, she's seen everything. They've said and done the dumbest and weirdest stuff, whether they were drunk or sober. And she's like, oh, what's this crap now? You know? Yeah.
Sweeps is just having a great time.
He is?
Yeah.
Says, I'm being serious. She goes, yeah, so am I. Sweeps says, turn up the heat. Let's go. Which I like. He says, I think for a long time, I didn't really know where I fit, you know, and I would shove myself into like places and things where I definitely did not fit. And I think that definitely made things worse. And I'm sorry if I took anything out on you and if I treated you like shit, because I actually do think that we could fit good together. I could be good at things that you don't really want to do. And you're obviously really great at a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know how to do, you know? And then it dawns on her, holy crap, this is actually real. And she says, that's why you're wearing the suit. And to Tacy's point, he says, I'm wearing a suit because it makes me feel better about myself. And she looks at Gary and says, what do we think? He says, I think you did a really nice job. She says, thanks, Gary. It felt genuine, like from the soul. No GNR. I love no GNR because Richie's all about the 90s rocket music. So I was here for that. Fat comes in and says, why are you wearing a suit? Richie says, why are you covered in shit? He says, I was fixing the gas line. Well, I wear suits now. Fat goes, that's so sick. It's good. So Neil calls him Honey again. Neil, honey, can you get the fuck? She goes, can you get the fuck out of here? You're getting dirt everywhere. What? Can my sister come to friends and family?
Francie.
No, she can go fuck, my love. Is it because of the thing or like, what do you think? Use your brain, babe. Yeah. And he just leaves all dejected. He's so, well, that didn't work.
Do we find out what his sister did to Sugar? Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
And I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I genuinely think it's one of those something and nothing things. But it might be something massive.
It's either something massive or it's something really fucking
I honestly
stupid.
Can't remember. But even Richie's like, yeah, no, was it no Cavones?
They bring it up in Fishers, but like they don't properly.
Oh, this has been going on.
Yeah, they make it sound like it's just happened in Fishers.
I genuinely cannot remember. I know it does get resolved.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm blank on it too. Richie yells after fact. He says, no Gavones at friends and family. He yells at him. Richie goes back to Sugar and says, look, Natalie, you know, if there's anything at all I can do to help make your life easier here, tell me. I'll do it. I just need this place to work. Sweep says, we need this place to work. Sugar says, baby steps. You and I will interview front of house today. Richie agrees. And when they stand, he comments on her belly. And where the hell did time go? So I don't know. She said, thank you for apologizing. That was a great scene, man.
Yeah. So a little bit of behind the scenes. So according to Wikipedia, a gavone is a word for a greedy person who takes more than their share.
Oh, well, that did it.
That might be something to do with Francie then.
And Ibra Moss Backrack picked up the word from a Teamster driver that he met on a film he was making years ago. And they still go out regularly. And when he was filming this series, he asked him for some slang that Richie might use, and he said, "What's the word for someone who's greedy who likes to eat a lot?" And he said, "Oh, it's a gabone."
Interesting.
That's good. That's good research, though. Just ask a Teamster. They'll know.
It's a side note, real quick, but I saw a clip of something somewhere that was like, you can tell how an actor or musician is by the way they treat the people they're not going to see again, like the staff, the gophers, the people setting up the crew that day. And of all things, Weird Al was on like this shoot, and the director, whoever it was, could not get over how much Weird Al went out of his way to shake the hands of every single person he came into contact with and complimented the job they were doing, whether it was catering or costuming or whatever. And he's like, I've never had anybody do that before. And I'm like, that's very cool. Backrack seems like that person to me.
There's quite a famous story about, I want to say it was Mariah Carey ordering, like part of her rider was KFC as she was leaving or something. But like she was never there when the KFC, for all these places, it was like she was never there when it arrived. It was just to fuck with people. And I was like, well, why would you do that? I don't understand.
Right.
Weird Al seems like a genuine top bloke, to be honest.
Does.
It's not my sort of thing, but everything I've heard about him is that, there are other people like that who will take time and to just shake hands and just say, you're doing a good job. It means a lot to people.
Yeah. Yeah. They're doing prep. The new staff is in the kitchen. Carmy and Sid are talking. Carmy has drawings of his ideas, as you guys mentioned before, and she's floored. Oh, they're like Sistine Chapel. They're shading, as she said. He mentions the menu.
Again, sorry, just chiming in with another little factoid for you. So these drawings were done by a Chicago artist called Denise Dietz.
Oh, interesting. I was thinking maybe it was someone's daughter, not little kid, but
someone's like, oh yeah, my niece is in art college and she can do the
yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because Jeremy Allen White's a talented man, but he ain't got this in his locker.
In his locker, I like that. Yeah, she says it looks like a chaos menu. He says, but it's thoughtful chaos. So that made me pop. To this very moment, he's still debating this, which in my notes, I got the word insanity written down. Why are you still not with the menu?
2 weeks out and you've not locked a menu in.
There's still...
I don't think that's as big a problem because it's not going to be one of those places that's got like a set menu. It's going to be one of those like seasonal whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to go out every week to the market and see what's fresh and popping and just do some. It's ready. It's ready, steady cook every night.
No, but for your opening weeks, you want to have this stuff locked in. You want to be like bam, bam, bam.
Richie's coming with a pound of radishes. So what are we going to do with radishes? Fact's got a handle on some Wagyu beef. So
Yeah, but that just turns out it's a lot of Win-A-Lot Prime or something.
One thing that is interesting though is as soon as he's starting to say, oh yeah, I've made a few changes to it, Sydney instantly turns hostile on him. Well, rightfully so, because she's been trying to talk to him about this for fucking weeks.
Yes.
And he's had a conversation with Claire, and it's weird because she's angry about him talking to Claire about it. But then,
because she should be talking to
her. Yeah, but also he's kind of been quite sincere in the sense that he said about having the panic attacks. So it's probably he spoke to her about it because she's been comforting when he's been really stressed out about it, and he's not wanting to get in touch with Sugar or Sydney if it's in the middle of the night.
No, I get that, but I understand Sydney's
play devil's advocate for it. But I understand Sydney's point completely, but also...
She does go from, one to John Taffer very quickly.
Yeah, she becomes very, because Carmi gets very defensive, as you would, because he's like, well, look, I spoke to her about it because and he's trying to explain it, and
She's
she's
like, well, why is she picking the menu now? And he's like, no, why are you being a dick?
Yeah. But again, like it's the whole thing where Carmi's given Sydney the agency to kind of do the menu herself. She's trying to run it past him. He's not communicating with her, and they just need to sit down and fucking do it. But at the same time, it's not the worst thing in the world that he's actually still talking to somebody about it.
No,
Because
no.
at least it shows it's not like out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. He's thinking about it. He's just not speaking to the right person about it.
All of Sydney's stuff's been brewing since like they knocked the walls down. Like,
Yeah,
he's not been present for a lot of it, and now week, 2 weeks out.
But I think the thing is as well, like, which is kind of it's touched on a little bit by something Richie says to her later, is that Sydney's very much an outsider looking in. Like when you look at this group, they're all very close knit. From whether it's like Carmi, Richie, and Sugar and Fack, from the whole just growing up together, and then obviously like Richie and the kitchen staff who were there when it was Mikey's place. Sydney is still like the newcomer in that equation. In that, take out the people who are starting on this day, but she's still very much the newcomer. And I think that's why she's got a bit of a complex about it, is because she's
still seen as an outsider.
She's very much on the outside looking in on this, and she shouldn't be, but also she needs to take a bit more initiative to kind of like mention that to them. She just, rather than sort of like throwing her toys out the pram and sulking about it and being very immature about it, she could just like say, well, look, we need to talk about this. Like,
I have been trying to mention this to you for the past couple of days.
Yeah,
that's it. I feel like she has tried to be easy and say it, and he's like, all right, I'll talk about it tomorrow, and he's gone. Then she does it 3 more times.
She's not enough about it though. She says it in like trying to be like nice to Carmi, whereas she needs to be. Whereas now, where she's kind of like got to the end of a tether and got lost her rag with it a bit, it's like, well,
yeah. I mean, everyone's to blame.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
100%. But
but it is. This really comes out of the blue for her, getting incredibly hostile about some drawings of soup or whatever it is, or frozen grapes.
They start
idiots.
Also, like Carmi's like, as she knows, Carmi's going through a lot of fucking shit. God forbid the lad have something good happening in his life, and she's fucking angry about it.
Yeah, I mean this. I mean, pardon the pun, but this does seem a little bit sour grapes from Sydney. Like she almost seems a bit resentful that Carmi's got someone now that he can run this past. Like it's only natural that if there's someone who you're like close to, that you're going to talk about work, aren't you? And you're gonna bounce ideas off your partner. Like that's
pillow
just
talk.
That's just what happens. And Sydney hasn't got that. It's almost like she can't. She's getting to that situation that Carmi got himself into, where she can't really step away from work, and maybe she's got to avoid going down that same path. Maybe that's what she's getting, not resentful, but a little bit like, oh, Carmi can have this relationship, but he can still do this with the menu, and he can still find time to, to obsess about these things, but he can still have a nice life.
The thing is with that as well, is obviously he's like kind of like now taking it to one side and talking about it. So they are having the conversation. It's just not the way she kind of wanted the conversation to go. As well, which is why it's. I know. I just think the pair of them are just really fucking bad at this, and they need to.
Yeah, they need their heads knocking together.
Yeah, they need their heads knocking together. Yeah, because they're on the same page with so much stuff.
But they do at the end of this scene. They take a step back, and they stop for a second.
Oh, she does
She does. I'm sorry.
And then they get it together, and then they end up like in unison, like talking about a new dish, like figuring it out.
And this is what everybody does here too. People conflate issues with the emotions with the issue. There's no emotions here. We need a menu. Like, it's not about how you feel or about how I feel physically. That's my Siri going off back there.
Is that your phone?
As it's known to do. Siri's like, I can help.
Daisy.
Right. But like, there's no emotions here. The issue is the menu. I don't care about take anger out, take whatever out, no emotions. We got to nail down the menu. Well, I'm not going to talk about it now or whatever. Okay, cool. Then give me a date. What date can we circle back? Friday it is. I'm going to come to you Friday at 2:00. We're going to talk about the menu.
I'm going to
If
write
you're
it on
not
that
here, I'll call you.
grid on the window.
Yeah. If you're not here, I'll call you. Like, no emotions. Let's just get it done. You know what I mean?
Well-
Which has never really happened here.
Also, the other thing as well is when they were actually like brainstorming the menu earlier on, they didn't have that, like they were very much in an echo chamber of the two of them, so they weren't necessarily knowing what's worked, what's not worked. By the sound of things, Carmi's probably made some of this for Claire, and Claire's gone, oh well, actually I think this might be better without this, and probably just give him a bit of feedback. Nothing like, oh, you have to change the menu because I'm your girlfriend now. It just, like the way Sydney's kind of construed it, it's more like, yeah, that might be better. That, like, literally one of the things is Carmi goes, oh, I think we're gonna like take the spinach out of that because, and as he's trying to explain it, then Sydney gets really hostile about it again. It's like, oh fucking hell, here we go.
Yeah, and they finally, as we said, they finally calm down.
Yeah.
He says, all right, so we're okay, we're back. She goes, we're good. He goes, okay, we're good. She goes, yeah, I just think you need to decide. He goes, what do you mean? What do I need to decide? I'm like, do you not hear anything that was just said? Like, she's like, I mean, many things, but chief among them might be if this person is your girlfriend or if it's your friend that's a girl.
Who's a girl.
He says, so I'm being shitty. She goes, yeah, I mean, not great. He says, listen, I don't
want to be shitty.
Don't be shitty. So don't be. He's like, also, I just won't be then. Right. That's a really good one.
But but the thing is, it's Carmi's unwillingness to let people in. If it's just someone you're hooking up with, that's fine. But he clearly adores Claire and has for a long time, since Fishes.
Yeah.
And he's scared. He's scared to go all in because what happens
if he lets her in, it can go wrong.
Again, this is kind of where it's like, is that just because Sydney's like still kind of like new to this sort of like dynamic of everyone there? That she doesn't realize that, like how important that is to him.
Possibly, actually,
because like obviously Richie and Sugar know it's a huge deal. Fact knows it's a huge deal. Sydney met her for the first time like a couple of episodes ago. So
I guess she doesn't know that
she doesn't know the history there.
He's known since childhood, and has a body like bam or whatever it was that Mikey said.
Yeah. Pow, bam, whatever it was, bang, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Sugar and Richie are interviewing someone, and this girl's saying all the right things. She's a problem solver. The restaurant comes first. Kids, if you're looking at me thinking, hey, Tom, give me another example of how Richie has changed. Brother, you're about to get it. Because this is
tremendous.
Fantastic.
This is Richie's controlled rage.
Oh my God. They stand up, he goes, good luck, and they sit back down. Well, she ain't it. She says
but Nat goes, what? No, she's perfect. Look, like, and I think Nat is still going, he just doesn't like her because she's a woman or whatever.
Yeah, she literally says she's got like 7 years of experience. She's like, and yeah, she's been to lots of places. It's not even about the fact that she's moved around. And then he just points out, he goes, that fork and that napkin there, she didn't adjust them once.
Yeah.
And it's like, it shows how serious he is about this, like that little test.
Yeah.
Because you know for a fact when he's like with the people who did pass the interview before, they all fucking moved that napkin.
By the way, who here would have moved the fork and the napkin?
Oh yeah.
I would have for sure.
I fucking absolutely would have.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I don't know.
Really?
I'm not a fancy man.
Well,
so
and
I don't even
also,
know what a napkin is. I just use kitchen roll.
Also, if she saw nothing wrong with it, how much experience does she have again? What level restaurants did she work in?
That's Richie's point of she moved around a lot.
Yeah.
But this is the thing as well, though, like where it's like Sugar doesn't have that attention to detail because she doesn't even know it's a thing.
Yeah.
Where until Richie points it out to her. So
yeah.
When she's like, "You moved the napkin," he was like, "Fuck yes, I did."
Yeah, but that's something that Richie's clearly like putting as a test because like, well, I know we need to do this. So if they can't figure it out, well, that's how can I trust them to basically like set like the floor as it's meant to be?
Yeah.
It's just Richie's like he's not being a knob about it. He's just like I did that to see if she'd notice. She didn't. No good. Don't. What is it? You want stars? She isn't going to give you stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Star catcher. That's a great line.
That's it. Yeah.
Star catcher. We hear the Crane Wife 3 by the Decemberists playing as Fack is just standing in the cooler. He's just with his head against the wall.
What are you doing, Neil? You hiding? Yeah.
He says, yeah, you too?
So what's the whole thing with them all drinking Pepto-Bismol through this episode, by the way?
I think it's just to show the stress of it.
Yeah, so it's for heartburn, isn't it? So it's like...
And like,
upset stomach.
Because Richie's drinking it like when he goes in the office with sugar.
Well, it
Carmi
starts off,
drinks it twice.
Sid's got it at the start.
Sid's got it at the start.
Carmi hands it over, and it just goes around everyone because it's horrible stuff.
It's horrible. It's like chalk. It's just the worst.
It does work, but yeah, I think it's just a little funny runner throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. This conversation with he and Fat bounces back and forth for a couple of 2-3 scenes here, so we'll have to bounce. But Fat can't figure out the test. He doesn't know what's happening. And he asks if Claire's his girlfriend. Like, do you have to ask? Is that totally fucked? Carmi's starting to stress over this. Fat agrees that it is totally fucked. Richie brings the delivery man to Tina, and Tina loves the new suit. He's like, I wear suits now. He gives the line again. She asks if he came from a funeral, and he says, yeah, all of my enemies. You got to say it for.
Good.
Fack and Carm are still talking in the cooler about the whole girlfriend thing. Fack asks, how much do you love her? Carm admits it's a lot. Fack goes, that's nice. I love Fack to death, man.
Fack's just happy that his friends are happy. Like,
yeah.
Fack's the best, most purest soul. Like,
you notice that Fack is never the aggressor, even with Richie. If Richie's the aggressor first, Fack will feel like he has to stand his ground. He's never the aggressor first. Like, if you come at him with non-aggression, he'll come at you with non-aggression. Like, he's not looking for a fight ever.
Playing that Ballbusters arcade game that he stole.
Right. Oh, man. Richie checks in with Sid. This is a great scene, guys. This is maybe the best convo these two characters have ever had to this point. She compliments his suit. Once again, I wear suits now. Even tells him that he smells nice. Sid tells Richie he smells nice.
So it's interesting because like the way like so obviously Richie comes in and he's like, look, Carm asked me to run this by you. I want to make sure you're cool with it first, but it's of like importance to everyone. Are you okay if we put this on the pass? And it's the note that says "Let it rip," isn't it? Off Mikey. And she's like shocked by the way Richie's carrying himself and like how like pleasant he's being towards her.
So
there is a line where he says, "Carm's here for everyone, yourself included," and I think that's when Sydney kind of realizes, yeah, he's.
Well, it's when they're talking. So she says about like she's not because he says something like something about like when you were a kid or whatever, and she's like, oh no, I'm an only child, and Richie's like, yeah, so am I. He says, but she said, yeah, but you always had Carm and Nath, and he says, yeah, but now you do as well.
It's really good. And the cup of Sharpies he brought in, before he leaves, he has to take the red one, put it with the other red one. That's awesome. She notices, doesn't say a thing. She looks down at the catchphrase, and like you guys said, it was the "I love you, dude. Let it rip." Back in the cooler again, Carm says the inspector can't come if today doesn't work out. Can't come back for another 3 weeks, and if they fail, he says, "Well, they fail." In fact, takes a hit of the Pepto at that point.
Give me a hit of that. Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of Jimmy here, like the way he came off. But if any character is going to make you unsettled, I think it's going to be him. I
think he had to though, didn't he?
I guess, but like it kind of feels like I can't wait till these guys fail. I can't wait till it happens. Man, maybe I'm wrong, but that's the impression I get.
I mean, that's Uncle, isn't it? Though, like,
yeah,
he's
I think
he wants them to succeed, but he's preparing for it to fail.
He's just making them aware of what the
Yeah.
situation is. He's a realist.
There is no second chance given this.
In his mind, he's like, they've got all the money and they've just like, they're in Cloud Cuckoo Land, running fantasy restaurants, and I need to come in and make them take the medicine and show
Last time he came in, they were pacing round an imaginary kitchen.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right. So you can forgive him for being a little bit apprehensive about his money.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
He's just giving Sugar the fact saying, look, you got to be open in 10 days.
Mhm.
Or
Also, to be
it's not
fair,
happening.
he's very tactful about it, I think, in the sense that he's like pulling Sugar off to one side because he says himself, I don't want to cause a big scene saying this to you.
That's true.
And obviously it's still like, it's more just like, so Sugar knows, like, look, if this doesn't open in 10 days, like, I'm selling it.
Yeah. Ooh, man. Don't tell Carm. Panic attack. Talk about panic attack. Good Lord.
No, but it's they knew this. But it's something to do with
Yeah.
interest rates have changed or something. And I'm like, Jimmy doesn't put money in the bank.
That's a good point.
It's all rolled up with elastic bands around it in a shoebox.
So basically,
under
I
his
think
bed,
the gist of the scene is he basically says, like, they've had the lot, so like the land that the restaurant is on, appraised, and it's not worth as much as he'd hoped. So that if they needed to refinance, they wouldn't have as much collateral.
Hmm.
So they probably wouldn't get as preferential a rate. So he said it's going to be, they thought it'd be like 7%. It's actually going to be like 9.5%, which is more or less 10. So if they
Which is
need to,
ridiculous,
if they need to refinance, it's going to bankrupt them basically. The
Yeah.
interest rate will be crippling.
The
So
episode
basically,
of Grand
it's
Designs,
basically his way of
Lighthouse.
saying we can't refinance. There's no more money. You need to get
This
some
is
money.
it.
Yeah.
You need to open. You need to bring money in. It needs to work. If you start bringing money in, it alters everything. But you need to be open.
Yeah.
We had a catchphrase in the business I used to work in. Sales fixes everything. Sales fixes overtime. Sales fixes whatever problems you have out of stuff. None of that matters once you got sales and they
Once you've got
start
money in the
building.
till, it becomes a lot easier.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that episode of Grand Designs with the lighthouse where the guy remortgages everything at like 12% interest, and the amount he's borrowed, he's paying back. It's like 90 grand a week. It's ridiculous to build this monstrosity on the
Right.
coast. Yeah,
They
which he never gets to live in.
wow. They shift the conversation to kids and says, hey, if you were to have kids all over again, what would you do? Oh, honey, I wouldn't have them. And she goes, all right. Well, I mean, what would I do? I want them to not be so afraid of things. I'd protect them less. I want them to have more fun, make more mistakes, get into more trouble. I don't know how to do it, but that's what I do. Makes sense? She goes, yeah, thanks, Unc. And that's where they leave it because she's obviously getting nervous. Of course she is. So Ebraheim and Fack are in the kitchen. There's a pic of Ibra, Tina, and Mikey. Mikey's side is all torn up and scorched, which I found a little unsettling because of what happened, of course. And Fack asks why it's burned, and Ibra says, because Michael was on drugs. And he walks off, and I'm like, he may have been the first guy to be that blunt about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That's the closest we've ever had to someone verbalizing what Mikey's problem was.
In the restaurant. Yeah.
I
You
said
see
they all loved him. They all knew, but
They all knew. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just Mikey.
Again, it's one of the things when you're an addict, you think you're being clever, don't you? And you think, you think you've got it under control, and
Think
you
you've
think no
hidden
one
it really
knows what's
well.
going on. Yeah,
And
but
everyone knows.
anyone who knows, you can tell.
You see the wheels turning in Fack's mind, which is interesting. And he yells, Jewish lightning, and Sugar off camera yells, you can't say
You
that.
can't say that, Neil. I didn't say that.
did
yes,
say-
you
yes,
did. I heard you.
And he goes, well, and she goes, well, what? And that's it. You talk about a classic comedy setup, the setup and the punchline. Richie's with the new hires and he's talking about, this is serious. This is serious business. This is a serious place. Here comes Fack yelling Jewish lightning into the scene. It's so good, man.
But Richie says, you can't say that fact. It's
Say
like,
that in here.
we've had this conversation several times. There's a HR meeting.
It's the way he goes, go and stand over there. I'll
Yeah.
be with you in a minute. And then he just excuses himself, but he goes, I've got to go speak to this problematic individual.
Yes. When he excuses him, Fack walks off like a little kid and goes to the hall. Neil Jeff, what? Yeah, he did try to burn the restaurant down for insurance money. He goes, yeah, I know. He overrode the system. And Richie goes, start from the beginning. So he tried to burn down the restaurant. I think that he overrode the fire suppression system so the gas wouldn't turn off and it wouldn't put the fire out. And he says, make it so. And when he grabs Fack and says, Fack, good job. He goes, I know. Thank you. It's so good. Hey, Jay, when you saw this, were you thinking, why did that never click in my head? I never put two and two together.
Yeah, because I think they foreshadow it like in season 1, don't they? Richie brings up Jewish lightning.
He puts his hand. I think it's this season, isn't it? When he puts his hand. Yeah,
it was in episode 1, actually. Yeah,
it was episode 1. I couldn't remember if it was last season.
It's when he breaks the Red Sox pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, it is right at the start of episode 1, isn't it? But yeah, like I had a feeling like it was going to be something to do with the fact that Mikey tried to like burn the place down for an insurance claim. But when Fack realized that, I was like, oh, that's brilliant that they've like kind of they've alluded to it enough, but so it's still like a bit of a twist when like you finally get that big reveal. Yeah, it was really well done.
And then it's Fack that figures it out.
And it's Fack figuring it out. It was great.
Fack saved the day, man. Like
he always does. If that toilet's backed up, who are you going to call?
Pay that man and buy him dinner. I'm saying. The inspector comes in to check the gas line, and Sid's flashbacking. This is where you guys talked about earlier. It all goes down the line to what they're thinking of. Sid's flashbacking to her and her dad and the closed signs up in restaurants. If I miss anything here, guys, catch me. Sugar's doing it with her and her mom, who she's trying to calm down in the Fishes episode, and then relaxing with Pete. Ibra's going to win. He was hired by Mikey, which I thought was interesting. He went to nothing else but that. He went before all this. So that's what he's thinking of. And for Richie, it's him and his family, of course. For Fack, it's failing the test from before. Fack didn't go back very far at all.
Don't think Fack remembers pretty much that far back.
Yeah. For Carmi, it's the stove burning and his cousin saying, keep going in the Fishes episode. They pass the test. The inspector says, congratulations, you got a restaurant. And they all celebrate. Sugar hugs him. And tells him,
the Sugar hugs like the guy. And he's just like, okay.
He's like, I don't know what any of this is. What's going on?
I think as well, Tom, for Carmi's one as well, Carmi's flashback, it was the time, I think it was in season 1 when he left the gas on and he left the fire on.
That's true. Yeah.
His apartment down.
Yeah.
I did like the fact that when they were doing the countdown as well, it got to 2 and then they stopped it. So yeah, it literally dragged it on because like you didn't hear the 1 and then the 0. You just went, oh, what the hell? No.
I mean, I know they did build suspense, and I'm not like I'm not an expert on how fire suppression systems in American restaurants work, but surely if no gas had come out by 8, no gas was going to come out in the last 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If that balloon is not even
like this, either works or it doesn't. Like there's no like it's not going to do a little bit of a gas leak. It's either going to suppress the gas or it's not going to suppress the gas, right?
Yeah,
but hey, it was a fun scene. I mean, yeah, we got to see. I don't think it's necessarily. I mean, what is? I don't know what the relationship is between all of these. It's not necessarily anxieties. It's not necessarily because like there's some in there like Ebraheim's. You know, I think they're just very sort of strong emotional memories that everyone's having at that time, aren't they? They're just like sort of having very sort of.
It's everything they've put into this place.
Yeah,
that's why I read it. It was all the hopes and dreams and everything they've got up to this point that we know about. It's all relying on this balloon not exploding.
And if they don't pass this, it's over. So Ebraheim goes back to when he was hired. Like, man, if this doesn't work, I guess I'm gonna have a job. I guess we don't open, right? Because that's what. Yeah. That's the vibe. Yeah, we hear "Throw Your Arms Around Me" by Neil Finn and Eddie Vedder. It's a great freaking song.
It's a good song.
Yeah,
we Neil Finn again, man. He's all over this show.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We get a montage of prep and cooking, and they're on track, and it's a great moment. This is how you want to close the show. Everyone's doing their thing. It's all going like clockwork.
That steak was incredible.
Shut up. Oh. Carmi comes in and checks the settings and tells Richie they look great. He wants him to help with the lighting levels, and Carmi says, "1 sec, I got to go call my girlfriend." It's really nice.
Yeah.
We see Claire in the montage.
Richie Richie stood there like obsessively moving forks a fraction of a millimeter.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like it's kind of like the juxtaposition of earlier in the season when he almost like sneaks off to go see Claire, and then this time he's like, no, I'm gonna call my girlfriend. I'll be back.
Because he's finally like allowing himself the opportunity to be happy. No, it's like he's finally.
Yeah.
He's not. Again, he wanted to hide it from everyone else, not because I don't think he was embarrassed about it, or because I just think he didn't want people to see it if it failed. He was afraid.
Yeah,
he was
I can
afraid
see
because
that.
if other people know he's in a relationship, then they're gonna know what happens if it goes wrong.
I think it goes back to what we were saying earlier as well, obviously, about like where a couple of episodes ago he wouldn't have like admitted to having a panic attack, whereas now he's just dead open about it.
Yeah,
He's the
finally,
same sort of.
He's finally learning to express his feelings.
Yeah.
and this has been like the issue that he's had for like since the start of the show.
Yeah, like
because as we said, Jay, he's come from this environment where you have to be dead hard and like invincible and bulletproof, and you have to you go into war with other chefs to prove that you're the best in the kitchen, and he doesn't have to have his guard up. Like it's again, it's almost like Richie's putting his armor on in this. He's putting his suit on. He's creating himself this persona and like this character and this person. Carmi's taking his armor off and he's exposing himself and becoming more vulnerable.
Yeah, but I think also as well, it kind of shows like Carmi doing that shows that even though he doesn't really say it that much, he can rely on Richie, he can rely on Sid, he can rely on other people to pick up that burden that he's got. He doesn't have the weight of everything that Mikey left him coming down on him now. He's got he's got a team of people, like a support system.
He finally feels he's at a place where the bear can run itself. If he's not there all the time, maybe he can have a day off and spend it with someone, with a girlfriend or a friend who's a girl. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it shows as well, like it kind of like the little sort of cherry on top of the cake for showing where Richie's gone to, where he a couple of episodes ago, if Carmi had said, "I need to do anything else but help you at this moment," Richie would have exploded and been furious.
Or if Carmi had said, "I'm going to go and call my girlfriend," there'd be some smart ass coming from Richie, wouldn't there? Or
Yeah. Whereas he just smiles at him, he's really happy, and
he'd bust his balls, or he'd be like, But yeah, there's none of that.
No. He knows it can wait. Like he wants to get it right now, but it's not like the be all and end all, is it?
So little fun fact also, the next scene we see Sydney on the train home, and she's watching a basketball game on her phone on YouTube. It is the 2001 NCAA men's semi-final game between Duke and Maryland. Duke obviously coached by Coach K. This is considered one of the greatest comeback games of all time. Duke came back to win it in overtime. And it's known as the Miracle Minute Game, which ties in with the it ties in with the every second counts, all that. So yeah, little basketball fact for you there from someone like me who knows nothing about basketball and just read it on Wikipedia.
I mean, once again, I'm a Carolina fan, so I don't care too much for them coming back on anybody. So yeah, I am anti-Duke, brother. I got mad respect for that coach, but I am anti-Duke. So. But no, now you're right. I mean, it's amazing what that dude has done with that program. It's freaking amazing. And we got into that a lot with the TED show with UCLA, right? Like it's a lot of the stuff that was kind of reflected there. Yeah, the triangle offense. Yeah. We see Carmi at home preparing dinner for Claire, and amongst all this, and we also see Sid take off her shirt, and she has what looks like a scar, but it's actually a 3 of swords. It's a tattoo from a tarot deck.
Right, because I couldn't make out what it was.
Yeah,
is it a scar or is it like a brand or?
It's a very odd reference, oddly placed in my head because I'm not sure how it connects. But it's 3 swords. They're synonyms or theatric representations for the design that include heartbreak, betrayal, and emotional pain and sorrow. I guess that's why it's there. But I'm like, boy, you talk about obscure. Do you know what I mean? Like. Very obscure.
Well, she lost her mum very young, didn't she? So, heartbreak and
Well, there you go. Yeah.
I didn't know as well. I thought it was spaghetti, but I've just read on the thing. The spaghetti, it's bucatini, which is hollow spaghetti. And where has that been all my life?
Right?
The sauce gets into the spaghetti.
I don't think I've ever had that before.
No, but I need to hunt some down now.
Yeah.
It looks incredible.
It looks that bolognese, that ragu he's made. Oh,
so good. Yeah, Carmi's.
You could grout walls with it. It's that big.
You notice that Carmi's preparing dinner for Claire, which also goes back to the Fishes episode. Fishes episode? Yeah, where she says that she never had a man cook for her before. Was that Fishes?
It wasn't.
No, it was
the one before. It's where they're in
One
the
before. That's right.
Yeah, the one before.
Yeah, and then this is the first time that Carmi's made her dinner, which is nice, and it's a lovely way to finish the episode as well. You get to see a lovely little glimpse of the sort of the happiness that they could have together, and like the sort of
Great episode. The show delivers chaos like no one else can, but they're also at their best with episodes like this one that can just be human and just bring things.
Before we wrap it up, I guess again, just going back with some little facts of a little bit about the costuming, like the sort of specifically Richie's suit. It was a big point in the episode, wasn't it? A big thing that we talked about. So this was specifically a wool suit from Hugo Boss.
Oh,
sweat like a.
And it was chosen. It was a collaboration between Ivan Moss-Bachrach and the costume designer Courtney Wheeler. So Moss-Bachrach specifically said he wanted Richie to emulate Al Pacino's Vincent Hanna from Heat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting.
Because he thought that that's someone Richie would like sort of look up to and want to emulate and sort of respect the style.
That's fair.
And also the all black coordinates with the decor in the restaurant. And also so Wheeler, the costume director, specifically didn't tailor the suit too much because they thought Richie wouldn't. Like wouldn't be
Richie couldn't afford a proper tailored suit.
It wouldn't be a slim fit. It would be like it's slightly classic. It's slightly baggy on him.
Yeah.
It'd be off the peg. Like,
Richie wouldn't have the eye for that at this point. He's not that sharp.
He wouldn't have the dollar for it.
No.
Like,
No. Yeah, for real.
And another little fun fact on the very last scene, when Carmi's cooking dinner for Claire, he's wearing a pair of 1950s Levi's, which is a throwback to the vintage denim he's got.
First episode,
in earlier episodes, yeah.
Doesn't he have a beef shirt on too?
When he's cooking, he does have a beef shirt on. I know.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's not the misprint one though. It's not the rare one.
I wanted it to be the Burf, and it wasn't. Darn it. That would have been great. Kids, there you have it. There's episode 8. We are almost to the finish line of season 2. We hope you enjoyed this one.
Just for that as well, the delivery, Tina's pans. She's so happy with the pans.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so good. That's her thing right there, boy.
Science bitches.
So they are from a company called All Clad Metal Crafters from Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania.
They sound like they're going to be expensive.
Oh yeah. It's like the knife. It's like Carmi's knife from the other episode.
Yeah, they're going to be like copper cord and
I need some new pots and pans desperately. I still have pots and pans handed down to me from my mom. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
like,
do they still work?
A good steel panel lasts you forever.
Yeah. Some are, they're beat up pretty good. They're not quite the level bad that this restaurant had, but they're getting there. So I just haven't sprung for new ones. So let's see here. Tasty, let's start with you. Let's get your final thoughts on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just a nice little setup, isn't it? A nice little tee up for the final 2 episodes. Just there's a little bit of tension there, but as we said before, me and Jay said before, it's quiet tension now. It's not. No one's screaming. We're past that now. We've moved past that. All of the stress and all of the challenge is external. It's not internal anymore. We've sorted the internals, and it's never going to be scary again.
Never. We're good. We're past it.
Yeah.
Trust us, Jay.
I don't believe you.
I mean, I hope you're ready. Like the next 2 episodes is literally it's like episode 2 of Star Wars. It's just Claire and Carmi having a lovely time. San gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Is it just trade negotiations?
It's just trade negotiations.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
They go on a Hell Skelter. It's great.
Jay, let's go to you next. What do you think?
I really enjoyed this episode. I think because obviously the way the last one was, I was expecting this one to be a lot more stressful. And I was pleasantly surprised when it wasn't. and it was just kind of like the dust settling after, obviously, like the Richie and the Marcus episodes being the two big ones, and everything else going on, and everything seems to be going back under like not getting back under control, but like getting on track. I'm sure nothing can go wrong with just 10 days to go. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about the next 2 episodes.
That's probably a good thing for you. No spoilers. No spoilers.
I don't think I can remember. I remember one thing happening, and that's it.
Yeah, but it's big. What I remember, it's pretty darn big. So yeah, Joe, we started with you. Let's end with you. What's your thoughts?
Yep. Like we got a lot of Marcus and a lot of Richie in this one. In the previous episodes of this, and this is the first time we started getting a little bit of like Carmi's life outside of the bear, and him finally relinquishing ultimate control of everything a little bit. But yeah, it's a tee-up episode. That's not a bad thing because there's still like you said, there's still the fire expression. There's still these little bits in there, but this is to ramp up into those last 2 and take it home.
Yeah.
So it's not one of the better ones, but also it taught me what Bucatini was.
It can't be all bad.
No, I've learned something, which is it's never a bad thing.
That's right. And fat yelling Jewish lightning, which I kind of feel like, should we stop saying that? Is it like, I imagine it's not very PC.
I'm not going to say anything because of things that are happening in the world right now.
Sure. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Well, kids, we appreciate you hanging out with us. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you, as always, for following the show. Thanks for hanging out with us through all season 2 so far. You've been patient. We appreciate you very much. 2 episodes left, kids. Remember to please follow us on everywhere you get your podcasts. You'll find Bear Mode. You'll find the video version watching right now. Well, you're watching on YouTube, aren't you? While you're there, go ahead and like and subscribe and follow the channel. Nothing's behind a paywall on Boing Studios. We got content dating all the way back to 2014. These guys will tell you. We got pro wrestling, we got movies, books, movies. We got
sports.
See, we even have a little bit of Stephen King happening now. Tom's getting into horror stuff just a little bit because Tom don't do horror too much. Just a little bit.
I'm behind on them. Yeah, I need to
we got some, a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything for all appetites. So come check us out. And please share this stuff with a friend. We appreciate you very much. Hold on tight, kids. 2 episodes left, and then the season 2 rundown. And then we'll be off in a cave somewhere recording season 3. And we'll get those hammered out as soon as we possibly can. Kids, thanks as always for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll see you next time. For Big Tasty, for Joe, for Jay, I'm Tom. We'll see you next time, kids.